turkey sandwich. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turkey sandwich, turkey sandwich. Ollie, ollie, oxen free. LA, are you there? LA, are you there? Just 1 second, let me test and see. LA, are you there? Ah, present. Ah, congratulations. I have successfully passed the sound check, quality check, and all of the checks that need to be checked for today's video. Good morning, my cool peeps. Welcome in. It is May 7th, 26th, and the moment you've been waiting for. It's time to go over some of the Met Gala fashions. Behind me is the beloved Cynthia doll. I want to take the time to first give credit to Cynthia. I'll move myself out of the way so you all can take a look at her. Behold Cynthia of Rugrats with her beautifully colored lipstick and fine tufts of hair. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. High five. Bam. I am LA, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. And I'm realizing with this Cynthia background, my earrings aren't showing up too well. So I'm going to switch them out while we're here on the live. And one of the things on the list of things to do today, after the live stream, I need to definitely organize my office. It's kind of messy in here. It's only messy because I had to I spilled some tea, and so I had to remove everything and make sure the area was cleaned up, you know. So now I had to put everything back. What's going on? How are you doing? High five. Bam. Thank you so much for getting the membership. I saw your comment. The weeping. Oh, the weeping. The weeping. I will respond to that in the comments after the live stream. But I saw it this morning. And your comment made me laugh. Thank you so much for becoming a member. High five. Bam. So I'm putting on my pink ones now to punch out a little bit. I have pink, yellow, and I have green. So I'm going with the pink right now. But I plan to change backgrounds during this live stream because I took a lot of screenshots of pictures. My cool piece, I had no idea that Harper's Bazaar took over 150,000 pictures of all the celebrities. It's so many celebrities, y'all. And I was like, if I sit up here and take screenshots of everybody, my phone is going to be too full and I might not be able to go live. I put some butterflies in my hair too. Because after all, we're talking about fashion, and the theme with the Met Gala is basically costumes. So I opted to leave my rollers in. I'm putting some butterflies in my hair. I have my crown. And then if you can see it, I have the unicorn ears at the top once again. So, what do you plan to wear in the spirit of fashion? Good morning. High five. Bam. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm getting ready, just like other celebrity people. And then I'll probably put a butterfly right here too. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? Yes, let's go. I have my honey water with me as well to keep my voice soothed for everything. Thank you so much for coming in and pressing the like button. The Met Gala. Now, I didn't watch it when it was on TV airing on that day because it came on, first of all, on Monday. And it also fell on the day for May the 4th Be With You with Star Wars. Most of my cool peeps are already familiar with that. So I celebrated both at the same time, but honoring Star Wars more than anything. I have a message that I have in my phone because I want to like honor my cool peeps first in reference to like the clothing that they want me to talk about. So I'm going through my comments right now so I can lead with that. I might have to wait for him to get in first because I don't want to talk about the dresses that he picked and he's not in here. So I'll wait a little bit. Cool peep Lee. I was just talking about you, Lee. What's up? High five. Bam. So first, behold, the Cynthia doll, the leading lady in charge for the Met Gala 2027. Let's have Cynthia be the leading lady for next year's Met Gala. Beyonce was already there, but step aside, Beyonce. Here's Cynthia. Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer. Cynthia, moving to the groove now. Well, I'm glad your ears were itching because I was telling all my cool peeps in here, and we have a new member as well. We have Celebratory. We have Celeb in here. I was telling my cool peeps that I wanted to wait for you to come in before I started on the fashions, and I want to give my members first the credit, meaning I read your comment yesterday, so I want to start with the fashions that you picked first. So you have Emma Chamberlain, Jisoo, Tyla, and Sabrina Carpenter. So I want to lead with them first because it's who you mentioned first. So we can look at their fashions all together. What's going on? 88 high five. Bam. Long time no see. Thank you for coming into the Met Gala fashions. I'm excited. I tried my best not to look at anyone's dresses apart from me going, Harper's Bazaar to download the pictures. So I'm excited to see what, the ladies and gents have to offer. What I'm doing right now is loading up Harper's Bazaar on my Chromebook. But I will be, let me see, please YouTube allow me the opportunity. Yes, I will be able to put the pictures in the background as well, thankfully. So Harper's Bazaar. Does Harper's Bazaar still make magazines? This is good. Good tea. Harper's Bazaar, Met Gala. I know all my cool peeps are doing a really good job. Hello, good morning. What's going on, Celeb? The weeping. Oh, the weeping. Oh. Okay. How come when I was looking at the fashions, my cool peeps, on my cell phone yesterday, the setup looked different. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the setup is different from my cell phone. That's a bummer. Oh, there it is. Add a touch of luxury. They still make Harper Bazaar magazines. I like magazines because they're tangible. You can always look through them. Number 1. Yesterday, my cool peeps, when I was on Harper Bazaar last night, Beyonce was first, but today they have number 1 on my computer, Zoe Kravitz. So I'm saying this to say, if you want to follow along or trying to follow along with me in chronological order, the order's different now. That's all I'm saying. Yesterday the numbers were different, so please never mind the numbers. But let's get started. I have here my favorite Emma. Lee said my favorites: Emma Chamberlain, Jisoo, spelled Jisoo, Tyla, and Sabrina Carpenter. So I'm going to go into my green screen and pull up the first lady. Now I can only pull up so many pictures at a time because I don't think it'll let me go deeper into my gallery. So I'll cover what I can based on what YouTube allows me to do. So I'm going to lead with this dress here. I wish there was a way I could show them more. But here's the first lady. I have to duck so you can see her. You see that? You see the dress, not that meaning her, but you see the dress that she's wearing. Now, who is she, please? Cause in my mind, she's beautiful. To me, in my mind, I pretend she's Madonna's daughter. She looks like Madonna, but her dress is awesome. You see that? It's made. Her dress is made out of what is that stuff called? Film or whatever, or photo stuff, right? You know, goodness, film stuff from pictures or whatever. Remember, we used to take pictures with the Kodak wind-ups. That's what her dress is made out of. That's Sabrina Carpenter. Okay. Yeah, she's really pretty. I hear her name a lot and I've probably seen her and stuff, but just don't match a name to her face. Yeah, that she's got a pretty dress. I wish I could remember what that is, but it's made out of film stuff and it's really pretty and it's unique. And I'm glad we're leading off with her because isn't the theme for the Harper Bazaar like artistic or something? So this is what Harper's Bazaar said. Met Gala 2026. The 18 spectacular fashion moments you don't want to miss from the red carpet. See the stars who nailed the fashions. She definitely nailed it. She gets an A++. Now, I'm not getting too much into the detail of what the exposures on the film are showing, but it looks like it's probably her, you know, because right here, that seems like her just up close, but it's her eyes and stuff. But definitely she gets an A++ for that. Her head jewelry is pretty. It's like she didn't miss a beat. I don't have an image of her shoes, but perhaps if I simply type in Sabrina Carpenter, Met Gala from the computer, I can see more. But I'm definitely here for it. It's a beautiful dress. I wonder if she was able to participate in designing the dress. Sabrina Carpenter sang Islands in the Stream with Kermit on the new Muppet Show. The Muppet Show! That's the woman! So was she the one in the commercials? Because I don't have, what is it? Disney Plus is what the new Muppet Show is on. But they definitely show rollout commercials. So she was probably the woman they were showing when they were, introducing, or should I say reintroducing the world to the Muppets by way of Disney Plus or what have you. It's her. Perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. I'm typing in Sabrina Carpenter. That's a nice name. Sabrina Carpenter Met Gala. So I'm looking to see if I can see like her shoes and what have you. I'm gonna have to break this down into shorts, so if I miss anything, I can always recover everything in like a minute short to fully talk about her gown. But I like it. It's within theme. She's got a slit on one side, but even with that, I think it's still done in good taste. It goes right above the hip. And it's not revealing too much, so when she walks, it don't show anything that's not supposed to be seen. There's like this cute little feather thing on the back, which is adorable, and it's not too much. So yeah, and her hair matches with the dress. It's from that time with the music when the women used those long cigarette sticks and smoked and stuff. Remember Jessica Rabbit from not Tiny Toons Adventures. Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's like a dress from that time. So see the stars who nailed the fashion is art dress code. She definitely did it. Considering that this year's Met Gala presented guests with a dress code of fashion is art, the red carpet did not disappoint. The new exhibit's costume art, that's what it is, costume art, my cool peeps, has the primary focus on the way art interacts with the body, and vice versa. Yeah, she did a phenomenal job. And I'm very happy that you suggested her and for us to lead with her in charge so we can kind of what is it, she set the bar so we can see if anybody else did a good job exuding fashion is art. There are a lot of clips on YouTube of the Muppet Show. It was pretty good. I believe you. I know that show was good. I like the old Muppet shows. Remember Muppets Tonight? We have next in fashion for you, Lee. And let's see. They're not in order, but I have wanted to talk about. And if you would like me to go back to either of the ones you listed, please keep me informed. We're going to go next to um, this is Tyla's dress. Look at her hair. Her hair is super duper wavy. Her hair is super duper wavy like Ariel. You know, like how when Little Mermaid, her hair was wet, of course, because she lives in the sea, but it was wet. So I'll start with her hair. Her hair is perfect. And the length matches the dress, just like Sabrina's. I think Sabrina and both Tyla, their hair matches their dress. It's very complimentary. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing this at this setting. But if I was doing like a Broadway musical, that's a different thing. So, dresses are for different settings and different occasions. So, for me personally, the dress would be great if I'm doing a Broadway musical, but I would definitely want to cover up the boob area more. I would want more of a shield over that part, me personally speaking. And then for like her hip part, I would want just a little bit more fabric to come up in like the V area to cover a little bit more. Outside of that, I like the colors, but I'm not here for the dress. But once again, everything isn't for me. And that's all I can say. I like the colors. Her skin tone is beautiful. So I think with the combination of her skin, quite frankly, that really actually punches out the top of her dress. So whoever designed the dress, I think he or she who designed it was actually trying to make her be the art, because once again, her skin color is perfect. So that was probably like her shirt, if that makes any sense. So they were trying to simplify that. What I do like though, at the bottom, her hands, I like how the jewelry goes around her hands, so she basically didn't have to go to the jewelry store, because she could be like, whatever, I'm Tyla and my dress is my jewelry. So there you go. Only piece of jewelry that I see that she had to get extra are her earrings, and those earrings are very pretty. I like that. You guys remember Princess Jasmine from Beauty and the Beast? Hold on, I'm getting my Disney characters mixed up. Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. There you go. So, keeping in lieu with everything, this dress reminds me of Aladdin Part 1, Princess Jasmine, because these are the colors that she wore. So in my mind, I'm going to pretend that Tyla likes Princess Jasmine. That's her favorite Disney princess. And so she wanted to be a more sexy Princess Jasmine. So Tyla girl, if you're watching, was this the case? And even if it is, she probably like, I'm not telling you that. How'd you know? No one was supposed to know. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Princess Jasmine on the Met Gala runway wearing a bold dress that I would not feel comfortable wearing out in the open. But once again, Met Gala, the dress code is fashion is art, and I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that she wanted her torso region to more or less be the art. Tyla's dress is inspired by a peacock, but she does look like Princess Jasmine. Are you serious? Her dress was inspired by a peacock? Now for me, Sabrina's dress seemed more inspired by a peacock, because when I saw the angle when she was turned around, the way the feathers, not the feathers, but the flow of her dress in the back is Sabrina Carpenter's dress, that looked more like a peacock than what Sabrina's got going on. Isn't that something? Hey, what's going on? High five. Bam. Sabrina Carpenter. And now we've got Tyla. What inspired... Wow, It's so much to get into. I might have to make another video about this, but right now I want to just run through some of the females' fashions. So my favorite right now is Sabrina's, and then we have Princess Jasmine. So I like her because to me she's Princess Jasmine. So Tyla, if you're interested in being in the movies, you can audition to be Princess Jasmine, and it will work. Next is, wow, this is fun. I feel overwhelmed in a good way because it's just so much to talk about. Here's the next one. I believe she is Jisoo, Jisoo. That's a lovely dress. Once again, A++ for her. I took a look at her dress yesterday because I could not find her through the Harper's Bazaar website, which is why I opted for the next choice, to show her. But her dress is really pretty. It's girly, and on certain features when you look at her dress zoomed in, it's so sparkly and pink. It's got sequins in it, and it look like it's got crushed glitter in there, and heck, crushed diamonds in it. It's really pretty. It's soft, it's light. It's like she's wearing some type of cotton candy dress. So I think her dress is awesome, and I'll give her A+ because it exudes fashion to me, and it's more, to me, it's personally more in theme. Once again, fashion is art, but everybody's interpretation of art varies. I'm just one person who's judging at the contest. But this is a beautiful dress as well. I could see myself wearing this probably on my 48th birthday. Let's see. I already wore a really beautiful pink gown on my 40th birthday. That dress was everything. I already went big on my 40th, and I had a big puffy princess dress and everything. There are more blues and purples when the light hits it differently. Exactly. That's the marvelousness of it. I'm going to type in her name and see if I can see a few more things on here. We have Jisoo. I like her name. So far, all three of the ladies, they have nice names. She's wearing like a piece around her neck. Now that's new. I haven't seen a choker around a woman's neck of that type of magnitude since the late great Aaliyah. Aaliyah used to wear pretty things around her neck, like chokers that were distinctive and actually looked like something. So I like hers because she's actually wearing a choker that's really bulky, but it looks perfect. She did that rather well. I see here, I'm not sure if this is real or not. She's on the cover of Time magazine. Let's go, girl. There are more blues and purples. Oh, I did read that. And it's true, because on my cell phone when I was looking at her dress, I saw shimmers from different pictures. Thousands of people took pictures of her. And from each picture, I did pick up different colors. I'm going to move out of the way so you guys can see her dress in all its glory. Queen of the Damned, man, it's so hard to watch that today still because of all the potential of what she could have been, where she was going and all that. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, so I like her dress, and she's got fluffies right there. She was like, I'm going to pretend in my mind, those are the little cute keychains that girls or women like to put on their purses. For lack of a better word, the scary labubu. I don't want a labubu, but you know how us girls put cute stuff on our purses? So I'm pretending, since this was the Met Gala and she didn't want her keychains to take away from her dress, she decided to use cotton balls in place of her Labubu's or toys, you know, the toy keychains. So I like that too. I'm using my imagination. So there's an image of her dress, my cool peeps, where they're showing her back is exposed, and it's not a lot neither. What I'm saying is her back is exposed, but it's more than enough. It's just right. It's not overdone. Just like with Sabrina Carpenter's split, it's done just right to the point where it's not deemed risque or distasteful. It's done just right. So Sabrina Carpenter's split in her dress, I still like her dress the best so far. And then this young woman here, her name is Jisoo. The way her back is exposed is done perfectly as well. Her hair is cute. Come on, girl. It is fly. Yeah, it do add to it. I didn't notice the choker. That choker. See, whoever picked it, I think she probably picked it. What I'm picking up from her is that she really, with a still, quiet voice, has no issue expressing what she wants. To me, she's giving Rihanna strong woman vibes, you know? I like her. I don't really know anything about her, but just from this picture and the dress choice and all the pictures I'm looking at of her on my computer, she looks very, very comfortable. And there's nothing like watching the fashion show where you see a woman in her dress showing off her fashion and she's comfortable. I think Jisoo is a member of the K-pop group Blackpink. Cool. Now I do like music, and K-pop music is not bad at all, but that's where it ends for me because I don't know anyone's names and all that stuff. But I'm like that with my own music, like Americanized music. I really like music, but I don't know everybody's names and stuff too well. It's amazing what things stick in my head and what fun facts don't. So when it comes to music, I just have a tough time remembering names and faces, but I do know the music enough. I'm curious, my cool peeps, if I could get my hands on a Met Gala magazine. You know how much more fun it would be so I could thumb through the Met Gala magazine? No, Harper's Bazaar magazine. Hold the magazine up and we can see all the fashions. Me neither. Just learned that from looking her up when I saw the dress. See? You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because this is great exposure. Like for all the people who have walked the red carpet. Okay, was the carpet red for the Met Gala? I don't know. I don't remember. Look, I really tried to refrain from watching the Met Gala, so my experiences to see these dresses would be authentic as I shared them with you all. But, yeah. We have next, I have another picture brought to you by Lee per recommendation. Lee, thank you. Providing your comments yesterday because this is a great way to start the show. I have up next, I don't remember who she is, but she reminds me of this group from like London. That may not be her, but she looks like a group from London where it's a guy and a girl, and they had this something that got Lady Gaga's attention, so much to the point I think Lady Gaga ended up wanting to work with them, but they turned her down for whatever reason, I don't know. So I'm like that too. Play in Black Classic, I probably heard it, but don't ask me to name that artist. Exactly. Please don't ask me to name that artist because I won't win you guys the grand prize. So her dress is pretty neat because the colors are quite obvious, meaning, like with Sabrina's, she was just one color with her dress, you know? But even though her dress was all one color, it was still pretty. And right now, her dress is still my favorite because it exudes everything that goes into the theme of what Met Gala was asking of the celebrities and the regular people who wanted to go to bring. Fashion is art. The red carpet did not disappoint. According to Harper's Bazaar, the new exhibit, Costume Art, has a primary focus on the way art interacts with the body and vice versa. So it's no surprise that many guests opted for sculptural looks built around corsets with plenty of cutout detail and form-fitting gowns on shows. I like her dress because once again it's popping with color. The color isn't so bright and obnoxious either. It blends in really well and it looks like yellow Superman ice cream. Superman ice cream used to be my favorite ice cream, my cool peeps, but it seems like along the way during the years they've changed the flavors. Emma's dress was inspired by a painting. Yes, because when I was looking her up last night while I was bracing for impact for the storm, I saw pictures of Picasso, I believe. There was a picture next to her. And I'm thinking it was the Picasso artwork where the nightmare one or something. Picasso's nightmare photo or what have you. Wow, I think it had actual paint on it, if I remember. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to step aside so I can see it. So I like her dress because it sparks childhood memories for me for Superman ice cream. And you know what? I like the sheer that they use. So I'm glad that this young woman provided a better detail for me to express myself. I'm going back to Tyla's dress. You know how her boobs were like basically exposed? So you see how her dress is looking like she is really sheer and is keeping her modest all the way down to there, you know? That's the type of material that I was talking about. I would feel comfortable wearing. I would feel more comfortable having on if I were to wear the Tyler's dress if I were performing on Broadway to cover that up more. But once again, I'm not wearing that specific dress. But if that was the dress selected for me, I would have to use my voice in that moment and say, can we use this type of material so we can cover that up more? Because I believe if that was done on Tyla's dress, I would have liked her dress even more. But what sold me on the presentation of Tyla is the fact that she reminds me of Princess Jasmine because the color choice and all the bejewels and the shapes and stuff, it reminds me of something from that time from Aladdin. That's why she's still in the running. I'll give her a B, on the grading scale, a solid B simply because of that. Once again, keeping in mind, my cool peeps, this is fashion is art. So I cannot mix personal feelings with it upon criticizing, but I would give her a solid B for that. And if I was a person in a position of power, I would definitely want to get with her people and see if we can make something work for Tyla to play Princess Jasmine somewhere on Broadway because she gives that. I think it had actual paint on it. You know what? While we're here, I want to look and see. Because if her dress actually had actual paint on it, she gets an A plus too, simply because she exuded all the artsy fartsy bullet points that Harper's Bazaar said that. What Harper's Bazaar said, that's what Met Gala wanted. I'm having difficulty formulating my words, ladies and gentlemen. So, her name, this is Emma Chamberlain, my cool piece. This is Emma. Did Emma Chamberlain use, or should I say have paint on her dress? Question mark. I'm so happy that I waited for today, Freestyle Thursdays, to talk about fashions because I have more time. And then yesterday I used my time to also screenshot as many pictures as I could with a lot of time that I had. So I'm putting cameras in the chat because I'm pretending I'm paparazzi and I'm taking pictures and pretending I'm showing you all what I got. In my mind, I'm like, I went to the Met Gala, guys, and these are the pictures that I took. Ahem. Applause, applause. The bottom is intense. I love it. I don't care. I love it. Oh, that's wonderful, isn't it? It looked like they just pulled her out of a tie-dye bucket and told her to just, here, keep this dress on, and we'll go over the dress, the train of your dress with some hair dryers because we want to give it that almost wet, almost dry feel. I wonder if that happened. So to answer your question, yes, Emma Chamberlain wore a custom muggler gown to the 2026 Met Gala. It might be Mugler. Y'all, hey, if you cannot pronounce it, you cannot afford it. So you already know where my price bracket is. If you cannot pronounce it, you don't need to buy it. So I'm probably saying it wrong. Once again, yes, Emma Chamberlain wore a custom Mugler gown to the 2026 Met Gala that was intentionally covered in thick, hand-painted strokes to resemble a living canvas. Yes. Now this is fashion. Dun, dun. What have you done? Dun, dun. So this is fashion. Dun. For the old and the young. Sing with me, my people. And so this is fashion. Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, girl. So far we've got Emma and Sabrina. They get the A+ rating for exuding fashion and art and not messing up the mission. They did a wonderful job. So once again, the Met Gala, it was intentionally covered in thick painted strokes to resemble a living canvas. The gown, designed by Miguel Castro Freitas and painted by Anna Deller Yee, took 40 hours to paint with 30 base colors and 4 days to dry, featuring swirling blue, yellow, and white notes with the WWD article. Design and inspiration. The gown was inspired by Van Gogh's Wheat Fields with Crows, my cool peeps. And so this is fashion. Exactly. Now, wouldn't that be cool if Meryl Streep sang that song in The Devil Wears Prada? I will probably start coughing all over the place because I'm stuffing food, popcorn, and sodas in my mouth. And if she broke out singing that, I'm like, oh my goodness, how did I know that was going to happen? This is fun. Wow. Lee, did I cover all of your faves? I have here my favorites for Emma Chamberlain, Jisoo, Tyla, and Sabrina Carpenter. So I definitely wanted to lead with your favorites. And once again, thank you so much for your comments yesterday. And I'm glad I was up to be able to see them. So what I'm going to do now is go with the screenshots that I did take last night. And once again, I took them in the evening. And the numbers are out of order now. So if you were intending or are following me through the Harper's Bazaar magazine to see the fashion and stuff, the numbers are off. Oh, they all look beautiful. It's like I want to cry tears of joy because, that's a wonderful thing. It's like prom night. I get so happy. I went to my prom, but I'm not really here to talk about my prom, but I'm just setting a premise to the foundation to what I'm saying. I get more excited about everybody else's proms because it's a joyous time, and I get so excited to see the young women and men, you know, dressing up and having the ability, I pray, to choose what they want to wear, because whether they know it or not, they're getting to their creative bag and also some childlike happinesses and qualities about them that they may not even know that they are reflecting during that time, because they try to be so grown. That's the thing when you're in high school. I'm grown. I'm not a child anymore. I'm this, that, rah, 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 rah. But unbeknownst to themselves, I see how giddy they get during prom and homecoming season, especially prom. And it's so cute and adorable. And I just laugh because I like, look at your kid is showing, your child is showing. They be so happy. I really enjoy fashion and stuff like that because I think it brings out a lot of the stuff that most people have dormant or forgot about. Look at all of us. We're gathered around the bonfire before or after the rising sun, talking about fashion and celebrating one another. I don't know too much about any of these people that I've been going through, but I don't have to get to know them like that, because what's bringing me to the party is what they're choosing to wear, and how they're rocking it, and whether or not they look comfortable in fashions. I never gave the Met Gala a thought until you mentioned it last week. Then I watched it and got into it. What? That is wonderful. So I'm going in reverse. I'm actually beginning to catch up on all the Met Gala stuff now, because I definitely wanted to refrain so I could share this experience with all of you. I'm going to go into my filing system and see what is next on the list. Now you'll be able to see the pictures that I took from Met Gala screenshot. See, yesterday it had her at number 39. Who knows what number she'll be at today? We have Doja Cat, and I like that they have their names up there too, so I don't be lost in trying to figure out who is who. But my cool peeps, I appreciate all of you for filling me in on who their names are. It's fun to learn about other people. Doja Cat, now I'm surprised she came out in something like this. So for Doja Cat, I think this is stunning, because she's usually doing the Lady Gaga, She actually has hair. Her makeup isn't done like an overkill, like Lady Overkill from Despicable Me. Her dress is covering up her body. It's really cool because it's like they went to the painter store and was like, to me in my mind, Doja Cat just went to the painter store, was like, can you swatch my hand? They're like, can you swatch my hand? Yeah, I like the color of my skin. I want you to swatch my hand so I can have the color of this paint be the exact color of my skin. So when I take this paint to the fabric people, they can paint the color of my skin on this dress that I like, because I like this dress, but it's white, but I want it to be the color of my skin. Can you just do this or not? So in my mind, this is what happened with this story. She loved the color of her skin. Her skin color is perfect. And she was like, let's just do it. And this time I want to be covered up, dang it. Don't have me going out here looking stupid all the time. Just give me one day. Just give me one day. And tomorrow I could go back being weird. But just give me one day. It seemed like this is the day Doja Cat demanded that she look normal. That's the story I'm taking in my mind. So she wouldn't lose herself in all the costumes and character changes that she go through. So shouts out to Doja Cat for looking normal. And look at that powerful heel. That heel, boy, don't make her mad. I I feel sorry for the person who took the last of the punch from the punch bowl at the Met Gala, and Doja Cat was behind you, and you took the last of the punch. She'd be like, why I oughta? She'd take that shoe off. Back! I'm Doja Cat, dang it, and ladies first. You should have gave me that punch because you knew it was the last one. You should have gave me that punch. You got what was coming. And what nobody did a thing about it. That's my story of how this dress was developed. It's a nice dress simply because once again she's covered up. I'll look to see if how the back of the dress look, or if she have any like revealing slits or something in the dress. I really enjoy that we're all just gathered here talking about art and fashion, and we haven't even scratched the surface of all the celebrities. You know how much time this could really take if we all just gathered around an actual table and just had our tea and our favorite snacks and just fellowship together in person, turning the pages of Harper Bazaar, talking about fashions, going around the table, asking one another, what do you feel about the dress? What do you think inspired the dress? How does this dress make you feel when you see it? How would you remake it if you had the opportunity to do so? You know, all the fun things. This is what fashion is about. Not only do food bring people together, fashion brings people together. And you don't really need to be well versed in all the nuances of fashion to know, like, oh, that's a nice dress, or this dress is so boring. So I'm typing in Met Gala. Oops, I wasn't supposed to close that window out. Please stand by. I have Doja Cat, Doja. You know, remember Play-Doh? It was like do 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 do. Well, sometimes when I see Doja Cat's name, I think of the Play-Doh commercial and be like do 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 do. Okay, moving forward. Doja Cat Met Gala 2026. You hate that you have to go to work when I come on. I always love your energy. It's so refreshing. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for checking me out on your way to work. It's a great way to start your day with something positive, and I'm very happy to be able to bring a piece of positivity to your life. And congratulations, you know, for multitasking. Heck. So I'm looking more at her dress. It's really cool. You know what makes the dress really cool? If you want to type in Doja Cat Met Gala 2026, I think what makes this dress come alive is how she's posing. So this dress is magical because the angle that they're showing now, it moves with her body. And then the other pictures they're showing, the dress is flowing. So it seems like every time she poses in her dress, my cool peeps, the dress takes on a different shape. And now that's Doja Cat right there. So her dress is doing the work. This is cool. I like it. Every angle she moves into, the dress metamorphs into a completely different dress. Now that's fashion also at its finest. So her hair, I honestly like just seeing some hair on her head that matches her aesthetic that she's currently presenting right now. Because I know on the outside looking in, if I'm seeing her change how she looks every day, I'll unfortunately forget how she looked when she first started. So this is setting everything back into stone for me to remember who she is, you know, instead of saying who she was. And I think this was a very important move that whoever was in charge of her presenting on the Met Gala that day, I'm glad they did that, because I actually was losing Doja Cat in translation. She changed too many times. So I lost the human side of her. So this dress, I'm thinking, what would I grade the dress? Sabrina Carpenter's got A+. Emma also has an A+. So I want to give... Man, I'm just so proud of her being fully covered. Good mercy. She's fully covered, guys. I want to give her a... She doesn't have a necklace. It's not really necessary. Let's see her jewelry. She's got her nails done. I didn't want her nails to outdo the garment she's wearing. I'm going to give her an A-. Yup. An A is still an A, but I'll give her an A- on her dress simply because if you guys haven't already taken the time to look at her pictures, every time she poses, the dress comes to life and takes form a different way. You know what? Yes. Remember Glow by J-Lo, the perfume fragrance, around that time when J-Lo was wearing like the sparkly sequins dresses, and they were gold and shimmery, and when she moved like this, all the tassels and stuff would move. It's giving J-Lo from like early 2000s, y'all. Because when I worked at Kmart, J-Lo, she had clothes. We had to stock her clothes in the my crackers. I have snack crackers. I don't want to squish them. So the early 2000s, when I was working at Kmart, Jennifer Lopez had a line of clothes that I actually liked. And y'all, this reminds me of that. That's a very good point. It's giving J-Lo a bit. I don't know why. She talented but a little bugged out. Most creatives are. I think that's the nucleus or the magical mercury that most creatives are born with. But the thing is, when life gets at you in the way that caused you to become bugged out, or if you were born bugged out, life traumas can trigger that. So if you don't have a good surrounding by you, it can go left really quickly, and thusly you'll see more of the celebrities displaying that more negatively. On the other hand, there's been a lot of things that happened to me in life, but I chose to go the other way to express it. So on that notion, a lot of stuff happened to me too, but I didn't make the same choice she made. And it's clear because I'm here on YouTube and I'm not a millionaire and I'm not being seen all over the place. We could have had the same paths, but she's there. And based on the choices and opportunities and who was around her, she's where she's at. And that's pretty much the difference for all of us, my cool peeps. I wish the best for all of the celebrities because, everybody's going through it. Who do I have next? I'm curious to see how the phone's going to roll out. Fashion person. Alex Cassini. Did I say it right? Cassini. Once again, she's got the dress with the material my cool peeps wear. It's sheer, but I see something. Oh, dun dun dun. She doing too much. Would you want, she's talented but a little bugged out. Would you want to be that famous? I don't like the attention. It's weird how things play out. So all I can say is, it's funny how life plays out, because I hear a lot of people who say they wouldn't want to be that. And those are the main ones who, exactly, those are the main ones who actually become that, whether they like it or not. Yeah, so I intentionally put the crown in place. I need a placeholder. Bella Swan, can you come out and help us? Let's, so we won't be on this dress very long, cool peeps. I'm gonna stand here and pretend that I'm wearing this dress. Look at me. I look beautiful. You can open your eyes, guys. You can open your eyes. Alex is a really good supermodel, but like she said, does her laid back looks way more. Hey. So I'm covering up the woman because she's showing just too much you-know-what, sis. That's not sheer anything. We cannot really rate the dress because it's too overexposed, so we'll have to give her a C-. Oh, what's the name of the woman? Alex Consani. Alex the Consani girl. Why? So I'm going to, LA, can you just move the slide, please? Change the slide. I'm changing the slide. She's showing too much. I'm tired of standing. Can you hurry and change the slide, LA? Will you give me a minute, girl? Don't rush me. Hunter Schafer, fully covered. Praise the Lord. I'll take that money in a lifetime of Cold Stone ice cream. Exactly. Like, there's Weird Al Yankovic. He's famous too, but he don't seem like the guy who loves the limelight, but he's simply a cool guy who likes to be creative. He got famous too, but it's not to the point where you don't see him complaining about paparazzi or anything like that, because I think it's the choice on how you want to be seen. There's differences where celebrities are calling the paparazzi to be seen. They're doing weird stuff for exposure because they want that. So that's why it took me a minute to just answer your question. I wouldn't want all that paparazzi and stuff around, but I'm quite sure there's got to be a way where you could walk the fine line so it won't be too overwhelming. But who knows? We have Hunter Schafer. I like her dress because it reminds me of like someone going to do a play. You know, and this is the wardrobe you had to wear for the high school play. I'm going to look her up online so I can get a closer image of her. But here she is. There's the train. It kind of looks like the gray part of her dress is made out of a fancy schmancy bed sheet. I like to have the $100 million, but can definitely do without the fame. Amen to that. Yeah. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, the world treats you how you present yourself or how you want to be treated. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's it. I like what my cool peeps are saying. So I'm gonna look up her name, Hunter Schafer, so I can see more of her dress. Hunter Schafer. I like that color gray though. I can tell you that much for sure. Schaffer. Hunter Schafer Met Gala. Wow. I don't remember seeing this dress. I like it. I like it too. And I want to see more. I'm looking on Google to see more details in it. It reminds me of when I was a young, an actual child, when I would play dress up in my mom's very old dresses and stuff like that. This also reminded me of a high school play, and we were in charge of designing our own things, I like it. It's playful, it's young, it's innocent, and it brings me back to a time of that. Lighthearted. I do like it because of that. I wish I could zoom in on her dress. But there she is. Once again, Hunter Schafer, if you want to Google her to look for close picture, even up close pictures of her. She's got a train on the back of the dress. Is really cool. I like how the train is. There's a picture I'm looking at of her where she's on the steps, and it allows the train to just do its thing and fall gently. It's not too much neither. It's a right amount to fit like the age bracket she's in. That's cute. That is cute. I wonder what inspired her dress. What? I'm looking to see what inspired her dress. Just for a moment. Hunter Schafer's custom 2026 Met Gala Prada gown, was inspired by Gustavo Kliment's 1912-1913 painting, Portrait of Mada Priminsky, which is housed in the Met's own collection. The look mirrored the painting's young subject through a white empire waist linen gown, rosettes, and hair bows featuring decaying cutouts, revealing floor chiffon. All those fancy words. I like her dress. It's cute. Do you guys remember Wet Seal? That store in the mall? This seemed like something that they would feature on their mannequin in the glass in the main window of Wet Seal. And I would be gathered around the glass in the mall like, I gotta get this dress. The more I look at it, the more I like it. Might be my favorite now. Oh, not as flashy as my other favorites, but it's making my mind work or something. I like that. It's giving the more fun, playful side of fashion. Because in all things, there's a level where some people take it so super duper seriously. And that's fine, because I like fashion too, and there are times when I take things seriously as well, right? But for her, she's taking this serious to an extent where she's still choosing to keep it fun and in this place and where it's at, so she won't lose the whole reason that she's there, to just have fun, So I like her dress, so I would give her an A+. Simply because it sets the spectrum or the scale of the Met Gala. We have leading the charge is Sabrina Carpenter, where there's Sabrina Carpenter and Doja Cat, where their fashions hit the target and is serious. They're serious about their fashion. And then we have this young woman on the other side of fashion, equally cool, Hunter Schafer, with her dress. So because of her balancing the scales For the fashion, that's why I'm giving her A plus as well. Like, you see this butterfly? That's that dress. What more can I say? It looks like she ripped through a tight-fitting dress to wear her flowery dress. You know what? Who knows? So here's some more details about the inspiration. So maybe there's something like that in here. Thank you so much, my cool peeps. I have 18 likes already. It says the painting. The look directly references Gustavo Kliment's portrait of Modest Permins feast honoring the Austrian artist's works. Design elements. Schafer's Prada dress features a deconstructed approach to the 9-year-old's original flouncy frock in the portrait, designed by Emily Foliage. See, soon as I saw her dress, it took me back to a time when I was an actual child and used to play dress up and high school plays. It really did that. It took me somewhere. The carefree aspect is really attractive. Exactly. Another reason why she's getting an A plus. They nailed it, you know? They were like, this is the theme that I want to encompass for Met Gala 2026 for you and also for my fashions. Here's the whys, and they did it. Because that's so cool. I'm so happy to be able to give out another A plus in fashion. This is fun, my cool peeps. We've got the decaying concept in reference to her dress. The gown features deliberate artificially shredded linen tears with the floral silk chiffon fabric underneath, meant to represent the passage of time. And I feel that. It's not just the bow, my cool peeps. It's the white remnants that are poking through the gray pattern, especially right here. This little piece, it made me think of Little House on the Prairie, a simpler time where girls still wore dresses. They had like the work dress, the dress going out casually to run errands and all that cool stuff. It took me back to that. So once again, the gown features a deliberate artificially shredded linen tears with the floral silk chiffon fabric underneath, meant to represent the passage of time. I'm just shaking my head and smiling. Yes. Styling. She wore her signature hair styled with the bow in blue highlights, paired with blue eyeshadow and rosy cheeks, mimicking the young subject of the painting. What I like so far about everyone's makeup is that it's not overdone. I could actually see the women's faces. And without all that makeup, heavy makeup, it's showing just how beautiful they are without all that crud on their face. So that's another thing why I'm really liking this year's Met Gala. Perhaps women are slowly returning back to the time where they don't need to rely heavy on makeup, but their natural face is the beauty. Because every woman that we went through did not lay on the makeup. Now, for the Emma Chamberlain, she was another story, but even though her eyes were played up, I still could see past all that and still see her face, you know? That's my opinion. So we've got, once again, she wore her signature hairstyle with a bow and blue highlights paired with blue eyeshadow and rosy cheeks, mimicking the young subject in the painting. Theme adherence. The look was designed by Prada for the costume art theme, directly elevating a piece of art history into a modern, wearable piece. Bravo! I'm so happy about the dress. It's cute. Oh my gosh, I love her dress, guys. It's everything. It's something I'd wear. I feel comfortably wearing it and all that stuff. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Bella Swan. You're welcome. So who's next, my cool peeps? Let's see here. I have to see who's next in line for our fashion. Green screen. Next is we have Daisy Edgar-Jones. Daisy Edgar-Jones. Now, when I first saw this picture yesterday, I'm like, why is somebody in the background behind her? It's supposed to be just her. But this is art. Can you imagine if the woman in the red dress was not standing behind her? We wouldn't have been able to see the dress. So I think this was a complimentary choice in how they placed the woman behind her, because she would have faded out. She would have been washed out. Simply because look where she's standing on. My cool peeps, did you, for those of you, you said you watched the Met Gala. Did they have a red carpet this year, or was the stone the actual carpet? So her dress is really lacy. That's called lace, right? Lacy and sheery. It looks like a regular dress. We had a formal dress in the hometown where I grew up. The store was called Ganto's, and it specialized in selling formal dresses and all that stuff. So it honestly seemed like this dress came from like a high upscale dress store in the mall. And she just was like, I really like this dress. And she's like, I don't give a dang who made the dress. This is my dress, and this is what I'm wearing, and I don't care what anyone else say. I'm wearing this dress. So that on that alone, that's what I'm getting from the dress. Her hair, be it a wig or dyed, I think that's a out of season color choice, but a bold color choice in hair at the same time. Because my first notion was like, the hair is out of season. It's harvest season hair color. But this is fashion. So with her hair, since her dress is pretty bland, I'm going to go on the whim and say she chose bolder harvest season hair just to balance off the blandness of the dress. Now the shoe, I can only assume that it was probably white. But I really, beyond that, I don't know what else to say. I think the stone and moss is the actual carpet. I think so too, Lee. I really do. I've got to go, but thank you, Miss LA. Hope you have a good morning. I will continue to have a good morning. I'm glad I was able to fill your day with some joy. Continue to be you. That's the biggest battle you'll ever have on this planet called Earth. It's the being you as much as you can. Bye. So that's her dress. I don't have too much to say beyond that point. Daisy Edgar-Jones. It's not an ugly dress, but it's very plain. I'm going to move on to the next dress. Ooh, Gracie Abrams. Now look at that. It's a little sequins maxi dress with some fabric sewn at the bottom. That's what it's looking like. That's cute. Now, I like a cute little sequin dress because it's fun and pixie-like. And with her hair, it's like all I see is pixie. You know, like the girl from Twilight. What was her name? It was Bella's best friend, the girl who could see into the future. She reminds me of her. I like that is the sequence thing, but of course this part, you already know what that looks like. It looks like that I don't like that part. So it pretty much kills the rest of the dress for me. So if that was removed, the dress would be fun and perfect. It don't seem like it's the type of dress that I have a split on the side. I'm going to type in her name to see. We have Gracie Abrams. G. Well, I really wish she didn't have that part on there. That looks scary. So I'm looking online to see if I can see other angles of her dress, my cool peeps. All I'm seeing right now is just them showing her the front of her dress and not the back, you know? It's not showing me anything but the front of the dress. So what inspired her dress? As I look online, I'm seeing like other pictures, like some art portraits next to her. So I'm going to see which painting inspired her look, since it's showing a picture of a woman. Gracie Abrams shared a breakdown of her Met Gala 2026 look, highlighting the concept behind her fashion choice in New York City. Well, that's not enough information because they're showing a picture next to it. Wow. Yeah, she do, don't she? Yup. Yeah. So I'm going to see, was her picture inspired by like a portrait? Was her dress? She also reminds me of the lead singer from Paramore for some reason. So in that notion, the lead singer from Paramore, if she were to wear that dress, I think she probably would have had the skirt cut more into a rigid frayed look, had it slant at an angle and be rigid around there, you know, cut some of that material off. And I will hope that she would get rid of that, because it looks like ram horns and I don't like that. To smooth and soften that out a little bit, probably bring it up just a notch so it won't look so pointy across here and uninviting. Because if she's a nice girl, this part right here makes her unapproachable and uninviting, because it looks like a piece of armor, and the dress is not supposed to be a piece of armor, because the dress doesn't give that. It seems like it's supposed to be soft, fairy, fun, but not to be played with, because out of being respectful. But yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I'm looking to see inspired by which painting. I'm looking to see which dress or which painting this dress was inspired by. I think I said it backwards. So her dress, a custom 2026 Met Gala Chanel gown, was primarily inspired by Gustavo Climent's masterpiece from his golden period, my cool peeps. Most notably, Portrait of Adele Bloch Buyer. So it's capital A, lowercase D-E-L-E, spacebar, Bloch, capital B, lowercase L-O-C-H, hyphen, capital B, lowercase A-U-E-R. So the golden period, most notably Portrait of Adele Bloch Buyer the First, 1907. The gown, designed by Matthew Blasey, featured metallic mosaic-like embellishments echoing the intricate golden geometric patterns of Clements. Now we're getting into the details of her dress. Maybe it will add more reasoning to it. More reasoning as to why this part is so pointy. Primary painting. The gown is heavily referenced from portraits of Adele Bloch-Beyer, the first, a prominent Peace household in the New Gallery, New York. Artist influence. The look also draws upon the overall style of Clement's The Kiss, with the intricate bejeweled detailing reflecting his signature gilded aesthetics. It's nothing like having something bejeweled, my cool peeps. This makes me just want to go into my storage and look for my glittery dress and wear it. You know, if I thought about it ahead, I was thinking about this. I was thinking what I was going to wear for the Met Gala, and I didn't even think about the sequin dresses that I have packed away. But that'll just have to be for another time. The look. The Chanel gown is a golden off-the-shoulder piece with jewel-embellished straps and a mosaic-like pattern that aligns with the costume's art theme. Abrams indicated the construction of the gown was meant to evoke the ornamental universe of the painter, transforming her into a piece of art. So this goes into your statement, Lee, where you said she looks like molding clay or modeling clay. Once again, Abrams indicated the construction of the gown was meant to evoke the ornamental universe of the painter, transforming her into a piece of art. So there you go. I think they're doing a good job, you know, like picking the dresses and trying to make the dresses reflect the art pieces. Who do I have up next? Kate Moss is next. Whoa. A girl. Oh, caught up in a bad romance. Oh, caught up in a bad romance. Girl, what you wearing? Go put some clothes on. I can't even watch this. Told you people. This is something you wear at the beach, at home, by your pool. I don't know. It doesn't represent anything into the theme of what it's supposed to be about. Because it says, considering that this year's Met Gala presented guests with the dress code of fashion is art, the red carpet did not disappoint. The new exhibit, Costume Art, has a primary focus on the way art interacts with the body. Art interacting with the body, this is not that. Nor is this costume art. Nor this is fashion is art. This is what you wear at home by the swimming pool. So she failed the mission. Yeah. Girl, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But her hair and makeup are flawless. I do like her hair and makeup. If only they put on the dress to match her hair and makeup. And then the rest will come into place. I need to cover her up. I'm not even getting ready to go into what inspired Miss Kate Moss because it don't look like anything inspired her to do that. Enoki, wow, kind of scary. Enoki, yeah, and it's probably the eyes. It's like I cover up and then it's like, yeah, cat eyes and fierce, creepy, Of course, I don't like it. It's all black. It's Halloween. Now, if they can lower her hood, if the hood was down, I think then it will be nice. But right now, it's scary Halloween, and I don't like it. So I'm gonna cover her up and look up her name. I don't like it. ANOKIYAI Met Gala. I'm going to see if perhaps her dress is fixed so she can take that hood off. So there's a picture of her hair, without her having all that stuff on. Her hair looks neat, kind of creepy, but neat at the same time. Okay, I'm going to explain myself. Her hair looks neat for the dress that she's wearing, because the dress is scary, so the hair is creepy, so they did a good job. That's why it's cool. That's it. That's all. But besides that, the hair, apart from the theme, is still scary. I'm leaving. I don't like this one either. That's scary. Who's next? Sarah Paulson. She's wearing money over her eyes. That's funny. Gravy train dog food. Sarah Paulson. Met Gala 2026. What inspired all of this? What inspired her attire? I like her. I like her simply because, not the movie Lady in the Water, but the American Horror Story. She did a really good job playing in those. So let's see here. What do we have? I'm going to look for my flowers. First, camera. CAMERA. Because I'm pretending I'm the paparazzi and I'm taking pictures. So what inspired her dress is what I'm asking. It's a big old puffy gray dress. Sarah Paulson's attire at the 2026 Met Gala theme Fashion is Art was inspired by a desire to critique extreme wealth, greed, and corruption. Very good, very good. Her look was a direct social commentary on the 1%. Now that seems like the storyline for a show that I hope she will be having come out as a Netflix original series. Did you hear what AI Overview said the theme of her dress is for? It sounds like a great storyline for a TV show that I would want to watch. Please make this a reality. She would do such a good job. Blinded by money. Key design elements and inspirations for her dress. Thank you so much for pressing the like button. We've already been on here talking about fashions, and we haven't even gone over nearly half of the stuff. We've been on here for over an hour, and I'm finding a lot of cool stuff to watch. Watch meaning the dresses. So being off-putting was intentional. Interesting. Yes. Her theme is Sarah Paulson's attire at the 2026 Met Gala theme Fashion is Art was inspired by a desire to critique extreme wealth, greed, and corruption. Her look was a direct social commentary on the 1%. Key design elements and inspiration, my cool peeps, is as follows. The Blinded by Money mask. The most striking part of her ensemble, oh, that's a nice word, Ensemble, was a blindfolded design to look like a US $1 bill. According to the designers at Mathieu's Fasalis, the mask symbolizes how individuals and society are often blinded by the pursuit of wealth. Now, isn't that the sad truth? The 1% collection. Her custom gray tulle gown was part of the label's Fall Winter 2026 collection titled The 1%. The collection was intended as a caricature of the ultra wealthy, reflecting the greed and corruption that comes with extreme power. So her dress and everything is making a statement. This is a fashion statement piece. Political statement. By naming her look the 1% on the red carpet, Paulson aimed to use the Gala, often criticized for its exclusivity, as a platform for political expression. This choice drew significant parallels to the previous political fashion moments such as Alexandria Ocasio Cortez Tax the Rich dress. So there you have it. Looks like filth or dust or grease or something. Maybe so, because it's also showing how being greedy for financial gain can make you look like that. You see how you were able to pick that up, but for on the other side of what she's representing behind the blind mask of the money and the dress, she thinks she's looking good. She's at the Met Gala amongst the fancy schmancy wealthy people. So what she's doing is aligning with her purpose. Her purpose meaning the 1% that she's representing and how people can be blinded by money. So they think they're looking good, but on the outside looking in is giving all the things that you described: filth, dust, grease, or something else. But they don't see it that way, but we do. So this is a nice piece of artwork right here. And it's been a long time since I've come across a fashion statement that actually took it to the roots of artistic expression. It reminds me of high school when you're in art class and you have to pick a dress that makes a statement. You can add to it, remove it, or whatever, but you had to let the piece speak for you because you don't have the words to do so. So I think she did a pretty good job because it do look a little dusty and frumpy, but I think it was intentionally done that way. So because of that, I'll give her an A minus. I still like it. Wow, this is cool. I'm gonna take a minute and have a couple of crackers and stuff and rehydrate. I have my drink right here. So while we do, I'm going to change the screen out back on. Where's the Cynthia doll? Cynthia! Oh no, where's Cynthia? Oops. We've lost Cynthia. Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer. Cynthia, moving to the groove now. I'll put Cynthia on really quickly. Cynthia for the 2027 Met Gala. Cynthia for the 2027 Met Gala. I'm happy. I don't think I have any other Cynthia pictures downloaded into my phone right now. But Cynthia doll, she's a statement. I haven't even covered everyone, my cool peeps. We've been on here for over an hour. I still have a few more pictures in my phone that I want to go over. Let's see here. One more snack and then I'll get back to it. Okay. Wonderful. One more sip and then I'll get right back into the fashions. Thank you so much for pressing the thumbnail. What is it, press? Thank you for pressing the thumbs up. Okay, time to get into the fashions. Let me see who is next. Thank you, Cynthia Doll, for being my placeholder while I ate some snacks. Who's next? Rachel Ziggler. Once again, another fancy person who's got their eyes covered. Excuse me, Tiana Taylor had a pretty wild outfit. Cool. I wonder if I have her saved to my phone or not. The list was getting so long and it was getting late last night. And only had a certain amount of time. So if I don't have her in my phone, I'll have to make another video of her. I'll have to make another video to cover who I missed. At least by way of shorts, you know. So Tiana Taylor, I'm not sure if I have her saved in here or not. So Rachel Ziggler. I kind of like how she's got the ribbon material over her eyes. It's kind of cool because I can still see her face. You know, I can see her whole face, and I think that's why I like it. It's not hiding anything. If anything, it's allowing me to see past there and see more of her eyes. Now, I don't know if she naturally has droopy eyes, but if that's the case, by them putting that material over it, it makes her eyes more noticeable. So I think that's a cool move. The earrings she's got on are the little, they look like little pearls, you know? They might not be clip-ons, but that's the only thing I can related to, those big things that you clip on for costume jewelry. But just because it's costume jewelry don't mean it's cheap. It's nice. The dress is decent. I tell you, it's a lot better than the other the all black dresses that we've seen previously. So I'll take this over those anytime. I'm going to see how the back of the dress looks by typing in her name on Google. Let's see here. Okay, would look better to me without the lace up front. It's giving Converse shoe. Hey, what's going on, me 50M? High five. Bam. We're going over some of the Met Gala 2026 fashions. I'm looking for Rachel Ziggler's dress right now online so I can see how the back of the dress is made. There were a couple of dresses, not even a couple, I think I can safely say a few dresses that we went over where we had to just go on and skip over because they just weren't suitable for the camera. And one dress and the presenter in the dress looked scary, so I had to skip right over her because Halloween is not here yet. So Rachel, when I say Rachel's name out loud, I instantly think of the Batman, because Harvey Dent, wasn't that Harvey Dent's fiance's wife? Well, wasn't Rachel the name of Harvey Dent's fiance in Batman? And when he turned into Two-Face, He was yelling at Rachel, not in the mean way, but I think he was calling after her because she got scared. He was like, Rachel! Rachel! Like, oh my goodness, I think I remember her name now. How are you doing today, ME50M? Met Gala 2026. Alright, images. So I'm looking to see if they can show how the rest of her dress looks. But once again, they're only focusing on the front of the dress. So I cannot properly give it a rating. Her dress, on one portrait, they have her dress, the train, you know, spread out around her. So that looks nice. Because on this picture, they just have the train of the dress folded over. So it's not open, you know. So I think if they provided an image with her dress being, the train being fully open, it would have highlighted the dress even more. Harvey Dent was screaming her name. Stuck. Yeah, it stuck with me because it was a movie that I watched a lot with my wife who had the same name. No way. Wow. I'm doing good, really good surf today. High five. Bam. Some more good news. I'm so happy that my cool peeps have been having a good day, a productive day, and having a good experience with nature. Not only have the sun been shining for you, you've had a good surf day too. The fishes, you know, when y'all go surfing, the fish be talking about y'all. Y'all just don't know, but that's what Hercules said one day when we were on the phone. He's like, you know, when the surfers are out surfing, we watch them and we talk about them, but they don't know it. So yeah. Who knows what they're saying about you under the sea? I don't understand why they have not been showing, they haven't been showing everyone's dresses all the way around. But maybe because I'm not looking all the way. But usually on the Met Galas, if I want to see a complete turnaround of their dress, it will be readily available. So based on the picture that I see here with the train being open, the dress looks much better. So with the train being open plus that, it's still not meeting the criteria to me of the Met Gala's dress code fashion is art. Where the costume is supposed to be the art, where the dress is supposed to be the art. The only thing that yields any effort to giving art is the material she has over her eyes. Her hair is pretty, the makeup is always flawless, but beyond that, it seemed like she failed the mission, unfortunately. Better not let your toes hang off the board or Hercules might have a nibble. Oh no, then you'll be hanging nine. Unacceptable. Hercules don't eat people anymore, nor do he sample people anymore. You know that, right? Hercules don't eat people anymore. We had a family of turtles out there. Sometimes they get in front of the floor borfers and you hear a loud thud. Oh, as the fin hit the shell and the rider goes down. Sometimes I think that what you just said about the surfers and the turtles reminds me of the movie we all watched with Baskethead on Wednesday. Surfs Up on well, the movie was called Surf's Up, but we watched Surf's Up with Baskethead. And then there's another movie where they had surfer turtles. Was that Finding Nemo or Finding Dory? I think it was Finding Nemo when they had the surfer turtles. So I'm going to put turtles in the chat, and I believe we have surfers as well. Yup, hang 10. I've got surf and turtles. But you said it was a family of turtles, not a whole family getting in the way. They probably were getting ready to go out to dinner. They talk to each other and plan to get in front of them. I think so. See, like I said, Hercules called and told me that the fish be watching all of you guys surfing carrying on. So that's what the plan was. Like, the people are out in droves today surfing. Great. Let's play our game that we like to play. Family, let's roll out. And that's how it happens. That's why you won't catch me in the water, even the turtles are unpredictable. Turtles just want to have fun at the expense of us. I'm going to dress. We've got Lila Moss. Minus the pyramid, the dress is actually nice. And it looks like a turtle. Look out! How our conversation of the dresses just rolled in from surfing to turtles. And her dress gives turtle. That looks like a shell. So on that note, I'm going to look to see what inspired her dress. What inspired Lila Moss's dress? Alright, let's see here. What inspired her dress? I wonder if she could tuck her head in. Turtle, activate. Probably behind the scenes. But she probably didn't want to do that on the red carpet. She probably was like, this dress was inspired by the Ninja Turtles. Lisa Moss looked for the 2026 Met Gala. Themed fashion was primarily inspired by Sandro Botticelli's iconic painting The Birth of Venus and the works of Gustavo Clement. Man, this is like the third time the Gustavo guy's name was mentioned. Okay. There's got to be more to this, though. Please tell us more. Yes, the dress art and craftsmanship. Her gown was a custom creation by Connor Ives, specifically designed to capture the sensuality of a woman's body, found in Clement's 1907 oil painting, Water Serpents. So we were close into the reptile vicinity because we said turtle. So again, specifically designed to capture the sensuality of a woman's body, found in Clement's 1907 oil painting, Water Serpents. Key details of the dress include... Oh, look at, you see it. I see it now. Birth of Venus painting, where she stands in the clamshell. Turtles in the clamshell. Turtle power. Sustainability. The gown was crafted from 3 repurposed 1920 antique dresses. So on that alone, I had to give her, minus the triangle at the top, I don't like that, but because of this point alone, I'm thinking an A, a solid A. That's where we'll start. I'll give her a solid A because of that. Once again, the gown was crafted from 3 repurposed 1920 antique dresses. Congratulations, girl. It seemed like you also got the message together. The palette, it features an ecru, spelled E-C-R-U, champagne colored base that required over 7 dye trials to achieve the perfect shade. Really? All that effort to achieve that specific color? Sustainability. The gown was crafted, I already read that. The silhouette, a sheer body contouring mermaid silhouette with the winged back that Moss described as feeling both otherworldly and princess adjacent. Yes. Yup. There is a movie. I see the clip in my head. Now I just need to think of what it's called. Not Prometheus. The movie, one of the modern day movies where they say, release the Kraken. Well, it seems like a dress from that movie. With her hair like that and the way her face is looking like that, it seemed like she came from out of that movie, right off the set from that movie, and just walked on the red carpet from the set to the red carpet. Because it do look like a dress or something from that time. So I think they did a good job. Like she just walked right off the movie set. Pirates of the Caribbean. Let me think. It is called what is the movie that says it's been remade? I'm going to get the title. I like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's good. Clash of the Titans, my cool peeps. Clash of the Titans. Preferably the remake from 2010 starring Liam Neeson as Zeus. So her dress reminds me of Clash of the Titans remake 2010. Her whole everything reminds me of one of the main characters from there. So I think they did a really good job to bring it's like from silver screen to red carpet. So with that notion alone, that bumps her up to an A+. So I think I've given out 3 A+s so far as meeting to me the criteria of what Met Gala wanted from their guests or invitees. So moving forward, there's a little bit more about her dress. It says here, Art Deco accents. Art Deco accents. The dress was intricately adorned with Art Deco inspired beading and rhinestones. Really? I can only assume that the beading and rhinestones are around the turtle shell right there. And maybe down there, the shiny part. Beauty look intravenous. The complement, the sculptural design of the gown, her beauty look leaned heavily into the romantic and ethereal qualities of Botticelli's work. Hair. Oh, they're even telling us information about the hair. They didn't even do that with the other women. Hairstylist Ricky Frazier created romantic waves and a soft half-up shape inspired by the birth of Venus. He even incorporated antique rhinestone accents from the dress directly into her hair. So pieces of the dress are in her hair. So I had to look at some images of her hair to see this. Makeup, last but not least. Hairstylist Makeup. Her glam was described as softly sculpted, featuring bronze cheekbones and a rosy pout. Yeah. And a rosy pout to maintain a natural, luminous golden goddess aesthetic. The makeup for all of the women that we saw here, they've all did a good job with the makeup. So this was nice. I'm going to click on images to see if we can see more of the dress. And maybe her hair. Oh, yeah. If you type in her name, Lila Moss, Met Gala 2026, and just simply type in hair, she's got mermaid hair in the back. So, yeah, that works. I wish they would show more of the dress, like, all the way around. I don't know why they're not doing that. The only picture I can see right now is brought to us by Instagram. The back is okay. The back is exposed, but at the part right there, it's like a little overlapping. And I'm thinking that's supposed to probably resemble some type of gills or something. But still, I'll give the dress an A plus because of all the effort they put into it, especially for them having to what, re-dye the, go through 7 dyeing cycles to achieve that color. Yeah. What dress is next? Who do I have next on here? Maud Apatow. Now, she is the maybe the third woman so far who's worn all black. But out of all the females who have worn all black so far, hers is the best. And she's covered. And it don't look scary like a witch. So, if I had to rate just all the all black dresses that I've seen so far up to this point, she would get an A plus alone out of all the all black dresses I've seen so far. Number one, thank you for being covered up. Number two, thank you for not looking like a scary witch even though you're in all black. Number three, I like the bow. Number four, what is that? A chiffon necklace? That is cool. Her hair is almost spot on. I think if they just ruffled the bangs just a little bit more to loosen it up, that would have been perfect. But it's still pretty cool. And look at knee, just a little knee. I like that she's not hiding how slender she is, because in the world of fashion, people can really pick celebrities apart. So with this, I think it takes strength and courage for her to even be showing like her silhouette and how really skinny she is. She could just naturally be skinny. Look how skinny my wrist is. I'm a full grown adult woman. I'm done growing. So I think it's a very cool, powerful move for her to wear the dress like that and to show how skinny she is, because by doing that she knows what she could be facing. But I think she looks good. I'm going to type in her name so I can see how the back of the dress looks. You see that? It's a tiny train. That's kind of cute. And tiny pointy shoes to show how dainty her ankles are. So what I like about this is because it's really showing everything that's cool about being a girl. Everything's tiny. The dress, even though it's small, is kind of oversized. And then her tiny knees and tiny ankles. That's cute. It's like Thumbelina. How can you not like Thumbelina? Thumbelina is a good show. Well, it's a good movie. So I'm gonna look up if I can find more about this dress and her look. What inspired Maudeapatow? I like the dress. For me personally, what I would do was get a little of that sheer fabric to go across there some more for my peace of mind and have it tied into a little bow and have something hang in the back for my comfort. I find dresses like that too revealing. A dress that accentuates the form and leaves something for the imagination is what I like. Yes, voice your opinion. Exactly, y'all, because that's how I feel too. I will put the some cloth in between there, like a band, and have it covered up that part. But overall, besides that, I like it. I will have to do some tweaking though. This part is really cool, the skirt thingy. So let's pull this out here. But I like that comment. I find the dress like that too revealing. Man, there was a dress that was super duper revealing. We had to have Bella Swan cover her up until we went to the next one. So I'm looking around to see how the back of the dress looks. And yeah, a lot of her back is exposed. So once again, the way it's exposed is, I would have liked for them to have put a little bit more fabric behind there, because it would have given it would have looked more full and complete. So behind her, what I like is there's a bow. So I think what will look cute with this dress is that though she's got a bow in the front and there's almost a similar bow in the back. I would have had that bow be raised behind me into the back and had the black material coming over her shoulders and making kind of like a cross, if that makes sense, to cover more of that part, and that would have been perfect. But that's what I would do with the dress. I would buy it, take it to the lady so she could add some more fabric to it. But yeah, I would definitely buy it so it can be some more stuff added to it. But overall, I like the dress. It's really creative and cute. But yeah, I wouldn't walk out wearing that neither. I would have to make some alterations to feel comfortable wearing it. Yeah, I felt that way about Tyla's dress too. It was definitely too much skin. But what I liked about the look per se is that she reminded me of Princess Jasmine. So that was the saving grace. I wouldn't walk out the house with what Tyla had on. However, if I were to pick her dress, I would have to take it to the lady so she can add some touches on it to make me feel comfortable. Yeah, yeah. Let's see who's next. Man, this is really fun. I'm really digging the ball because it reminds me of Cruella DeVille. You know, like what if Cruella DeVille had a daughter, but that a daughter that was nice? This would be the dress she would wear, like for her. You know how we have Sweet 16? This would be Cruella DeVille's Sweet 16 party. Can you imagine the scene where Cruella DeVille be like, "Darling, you're showing way too much. What's wrong with you? You're only turn around and change." Oh no, I think we have another black dress coming up. It's Cher. Now she did it. Everything I was expressing far as coverage, that's basically what Cher did. So she gets an A plus in all of the out of all of the women who's worn black dresses so far, she's been the most covered up. Now, the woman previously, now, if I thought she was covered up, can you imagine what the other ladies who before her wore? But Cher did it. Her arms are covered, but it's given at the age she is, she looks really good, and that's why she probably want her arms covered up so she don't get cold. And that's what I mean by given the age that she is. She has to dress for the climate. You don't know if it's going to be too hot in there or if it's going to be too cold. So I think that's the perfect ensemble. I think I was biased on Tyla because I liked her soft African accent, which is my favorite accent, might have influenced me on the dress. Plus, she seems like a goddess. But that's the look. And in the realm of fashion, that's probably what she wanted to give. Now, all the people at the Met Gala, they could be perfectly comfortable with showing it all. So, we have to keep that in mind too. These are celebrities and they're in a whole nother thought process where they are in the business of making money, earning money, and keeping money. And one of the things to guarantee that you do that is unfortunately to bear it all. So they're just keeping in uniform of whatever they have to do. But yeah, it's okay. You know, it is what it is in the realm of Tyla dressing that way. That's her choice, but I definitely will buy the dress and add some altercations to it so I can feel comfortable wearing that outside somewhere or on Broadway. Cher looks wonderful, don't she? And then what I like is that the sheer leg, that's okay, even though oh my gosh, I just talked about her. Even though Madonna was after Cher, I go back to thinking about Madonna when she first came out. Those are really cool. See, it's a splash of art on her leg, and then she's got it on her, covering her torso area too. That's really cool. Behold the power and the art of sheer material. I mean, she's got her punk rocker look going on, but for her age, she looks incredible, don't she? Let's go, Cher. And she even has rings on her fingers. She's got some jewelry. Her hair is done. Her makeup makes her look cute. Look at her cheeks.
I just want to pinch her cheeks. Look at her cheeks. We have the same cute, adorable cheeks.
Yes, you both have adorable cheeks.
Look at, I have adorable cheeks like Cher.
Yes.
Do you believe in love of the Lord?
Okay, please sit down. It's Freestyle Thursday, so I won't be too hard on them today. But yeah, I like Cher. So just like you were saying, Lee, in the... Oh, wait, hold on. This is a new comment, so I had to go back. Just like you were saying priorly, I think I was biased on Tyla because I like her South African accent. Well, here I go. Your Tyla is my Cher, or my Cher is your Tyla, because it's Cher, so she's already getting an A+. I don't care. It's Cher, she's getting an A+. So that's why I don't feel so bad, because I understand where you're coming from. In the grand scheme of things, all of my cool peeps already know that modesty is key. Wholesomeness in how you dress is key. But we're talking about celebrities, and that's not their MO. That's not the thing they're trying to do. But with Cher, she's getting an A+. So I'm with you in reference to just saying that because you like her. So in the interview, Cher said she was unclothed at the first Met Gala and everyone was tripping, but that nobody will probably care these days. See? No one would care because they're just used to it. And it's like, what can you say? They're on a whole nother stratosphere where their rules are different. But I can't say that we know what's what. Congratulations, Cher. You're getting an A++. You look really cute. I'm getting ready to see what inspired her attire. It's Cher. She's Cher, dang it. Here he come.
It's Cher. She doesn't need to draw inspiration from Van Gogh. She doesn't need to draw inspiration from the Mona Lisa. She's Cher, gosh darn it. She's Cher. She's Cher, and she's Cher. She needs to just not draw inspiration from anyone. Cher can just be herself. Why are we even... I don't understand why we're talking about this.
Well, I'm still going to look to see where her inspiration came from. Maybe I'm right. Maybe she drew this inspiration from a look when she was younger. Perhaps this was a high school look that she liked and wanted to recreate it for the world to see. There's only one way to find out, so we're going to check it out together. Can you believe that little guy? So I'm waiting for the answer to load. What inspired Cher's dress for Met Gala 2026? And it is as follows. Cher's 2026 Met Gala ensemble was a direct homage to her own fashion legacy. Specifically, the iconic Cher naked dress designed by Bob Mackie that she wore her first Met Gala in 1974. See? Correctly, the inspiration and design. Y'all, my face, man, my face. It's this lotion. It's like got something in it that make your skin glow. Created in collaboration with stylist Patty Wilson, the custom Burberry look by Daniel Lee reimagined her 1974 naked illusion style with a rebellious rock-inspired twist. While the original 1974 outfit was white, feather-trimmed jumpsuit, the 2026 version was an all-black ensemble. Key details of the 2026 look included, my cool peeps: twisted silk tulle gown, A full-length semi-sheer dress that featured a high slit, and we see that high slit. Talk about a C above high C. But we're talking about a C above high C slit that Cher is rocking, but it's done so modestly. I will have to purchase the entire look because it's cute. I'm going to see what else they say the AI overview is providing about her awesome look. Leather corset and jacket. A structured layer bustier top paired with a cropped leather jacket embellished with black crystals. Now, I didn't know she had black crystals in her jacket, but now that you mention it, it's probably on the sleeves, guys. She's got black crystals on the sleeves. Look at Cher. Pinch your cheeks. Archival nod. The use of a sheer fabric and bold silhouettes reference how Cher had historically used her body as a performance tool. Whoa. Case in point, my cool peeps, as to why the celebrities some of them are pretty much putting everything out there for display. This goes into what Cher is saying. The use of sheer fabric and bold silhouettes referenced how Cher has historically in the past used her body as a performance tool. So a lot of the women unfortunately had to lead with the aesthetics to unfortunately get the masses' attention. And that's what they're leading with. So that's their thing. But this story with Cher shows the test of time when you can see it all, do it all, be it all, and become full circle back into your own self. This is the result. So I'm praying that all the women who are out here dressed like crazy and super overexposed can find a way to come full circle really quickly and come back to dressing like this. Now, I know they're all under pressure probably, so it can be challenging and tough, but kudos, Cher. You get an A++ for me. Connected to the themes, my cool peeps, the 2026 Met Gala theme, Fashion is Art. Explore garments that embody art forms. Cher's decision to reference herself highlighted her status as a living fashion icon whose past looks are now considered a monumental piece of culinary history. Not culinary history. Let's go, Cher.
See, I told you Cher is Cher. She don't need to copy anybody but herself. I knew it. I just knew Cher wasn't gonna be copying off of anybody. Look at her. It's Cher. She can just be herself.
Exactly. So it's a little bit more brought to you by AI Overview. I'm here to read it. I want to read this little bit, this nugget right here. Cher noted in interviews while her original naked look caused an uproar in the 70s, the style has since become a red carpet standard for newer generations. Case in point. Wow. Once again, I need to read that again because it's just reflecting everything we're seeing and talking about now, how you and I feel women should present themselves versus to how perhaps by Cher stepping out in the 70s with that very revealing dress led the charge for what we're seeing the girls wear now. So it's like she's taking accountability to being, in addition to being responsible for helping push that direction into why girls are dressing that way. She doesn't take all the blame, but on receiving this paragraph that she is saying, yeah, I did that too. I added fuel to the fire. I kind of did that, and now here we are now. So how can I tell these girls to do something I wouldn't do, but I was the one who kind of lit a fire under this thing? How do you tell those girls that? You can only suggest. You can only hope that they live long enough to be able to come full circle to realize they don't have to do all that stuff. That's about all you can do. What's she gonna tell them? Just stop? I don't know. Maybe she'll have an influence on some of the girls. Maybe she can reach a few if she can just simply say, I'm Cher, and stop dressing like that. Maybe she'll save a few, but I don't know. What is next? Tessa Thompson. Isn't Tessa, once again, the revealing thing? We've got Tessa Thompson. Isn't she the woman from Avengers? From the Avengers series? Or is it Aquaman? I think she's in Aquaman and Thor. I don't really like the top of the dress at all, but the bottom and the rest is nice. Her hand is dipped in blue. Her hand is dipped in blue. What inspired Tessa Thompson's dress? Probably Ursula from Little Mermaid, the water goddess or something. So I'm going to look what inspired Tessa Thompson's dress. Her hair is okay because if it's supposed to reveal water, I'm assuming that's water, waves, sea. Her hair has to look watery, wavy, and like the sea. What inspired Tessa Thompson's format? I tell you, I'm enjoying this Freestyle Thursdays today. Just loafing and looking at fashions, drinking tea, munching on my snacks. Tessa Thompson's look at the 2026 Met Gala was a direct tribute to the French artist Yves Klein, specifically his trademark shade known as the International Klein Blue, IKB. The inspirational Yves Klein, the custom Valentino gown by Alessandro Michele was designed to treat Thompson's body as a walking canvas, perfectly matching the gala's fashion is art dress code. It's not quite artsy enough for me. I'm thinking maybe it's lacking some decor that could have draped down in between there, you know? The color. The dress used the striking ultramarine blue that Klein patented in 1960. Thompson noticed that she felt attracted to the color recently and loved the ideal of the dress feeling like paint. Okay. The anthropomorphies or animatrapatries, spelled capital A, lowercase n, T, R, O, P, O, M, E, T, R, I, E, S. Anthropometries referenced the look drew from Klein's Anthropometry series where he used living brushes, models coated in blue paint to create art. Thompson took this literally by having her left hand and fingers dipped in the blue pigment. Goodness. By manicurist Me Caraldrew to mimic wet paint. So she is wearing paint on her fingers. Wow. Yes, a long word. Learn something new every day. I stumble over these words constantly. But here we are. When fashion and words collide. I need to adjust how I'm sitting because my leg fell asleep. Yikes. Let's see here. So I took a lot of screenshots off of the phone yesterday evening. Man, my foot really fell asleep, guys. Just a little bit. So I took a lot of screenshots yesterday on my phone, but I think I'm finally getting towards the end of what I was able to take a picture of, I think. I couldn't even follow along when you spelled it. All right, that's better. So I will have to copy and paste this word into the search to see how to see if it could phonetically break it down for me, and to also describe to me what it means. You remember the book series? I think was it called Metamorphosis or something? It was a book about these kids who turned into animals and stuff. It was a whole book series. Well, that's what that word reminds me of. So I'm gonna copy and paste it. How do you say the word? Yeah, animorphs. Yeah. How to pronounce this word? How do I pronounce word, please? And what do it mean? Okay, so I looked at how to pronounce it. I'm going to copy and paste the word in here. Thank you, AI, for teaching me stuff. This is how you phonetically break it down. Anthropometry. Really? Anthropometry. So, how do you spell it the correct way? Is this the whole word? Good gravy. Anthropometry, meaning in art. In art history, anthropometry refers to paintings created using living brushes. Instead of using traditional paintbrushes, artist Yves Klein had nude models cover themselves in his signature International Klein blue pigment and press their bodies against paper or canvas to leave an imprint. I saw that. That's what that was. I saw that years ago. Not sure if it was on Entertainment Tonight or what. These workers are often created as elaborate performances in front of a live audience, accompanied by musicians playing a single-note monotone symphony. The resulting images are abstract blue silhouettes that represent the trace or energy of the human body without the artist directly touching the canvas. So her dress is representing an art form called anthropometry. Now that we have a deeper meaning of the word, see, now we're educating ourselves with fashion. So I'll give her on theme, not the dress, but the theme alone gets an A plus because it caused me to go look to see what the word means. But I don't like the top portion of the dress. I wish there was something more done to cover that up. In the spirit of this anthropometry art being paint, why didn't he just allow a sheer cover? You see how this pinky is? Something lighter than that be painted over her in the exposed areas, and then that would have been really nice. So once again, since I learned something, I'll give the fact that I learned something an A, but I don't like the top portion of the dress, only the bottom down. So it's not getting an A. Next dress. Blake Lively. Look at her cotton candy looking dress. That's cute and pretty. Look how puffy the dress is. I like it. It's got pastel colors and everything. So I'm going to see what inspired her dress. I'm going to guess that Candyland. I'm thinking Candyland game inspired her dress. Wow. Look at that. It's monochrome. That's pretty. Time to look it up. What inspired Blake? Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me, all my cool peeps. I'm not going anywhere, but I just want to take the time to say thank you for coming in and watching me talk about the fashions. I had no idea I was going to be on this long, but I'm enjoying my time here. Blake Lively. All my cool peeps who are at work, have a great day at work. And for those who are listening to me in the background, thank you for listening to me in the background also. So we have Blake Lively's 2026 Met Gala look. An archival attire Versace gown from 2006 was inspired by the 18th century Venetian Baroque painting and watercolor artistry. Definitely pastels and stuff, watercolory. That's nice. The gown featured pastel shades of soft peach, lilac, and champagne, represented the many layers and nuances in the closing of one day and the beginning of another. Aligning with the fashion is art. I like it. It's so soft. It looks like a scoop of ice cream. That's a nice dress. Now, there's been two dresses that reminded me of Superman ice cream. And the first dress was from, going to my notes, what's her name? I believe it was Emma Chamberlain's dress reminded me of Superman ice cream. And now her dress reminds me of like Superman ice cream, if there was a such thing as low-fat Superman ice cream. This will be that. And Emma Chamberlain's dress will be the original Superman ice cream dress. That is cool. Archival Versace. Here's more key details about her dress of choice. Archival Versace. She chose a 2006 Versace gown to directly reflect, the fashion is art theme, emphasizing that fashion itself is a curated artistic and historical medium. 18th century influence. The gown's aesthetics were heavily inspired by the painting style and architecture of the Vietnam Rococo period. Watercolor sunrise, sunset. The 13-foot train and coloring of the gown were described by Lively as being inspired by a sunset, a sunrise, and the watercolor painting. I like her dress. It looks really heavy. You know, the lower part, the top half, and then there's the bottom half. That thing looks heavy. I wonder if she was wearing the those shoes with the skates underneath so she can just roll zoomies or something, roll through the red carpet. Children art customization. Her Judith Lieber clutch was specifically designed with artwork created by her 4 children. Oh my goodness, I need to see her purse now. Oh my gosh, she took a purse, or also known as a clutch, and her kids designed it. Can you please show me Blake Lively's L-I-V-E clutch designed by her children? Show us the purse. Show us the purse. There it is. It looks like a perfume bottle. And it's bejeweled and everything. Now, why didn't they show the purse in this angle? My cool peeps, this is cool. At the 2026 Met Gala, Blake Lively carried a custom Judith Lieber couture clutch, featuring watercolor drawings created by her 4 children, James, Inez, Betty, and Olin. The bespoke bag was crafted with over 10,000 crystals and designed with 4 sides to showcase each child's artwork. I'm done. A+, girl. That's it. A+, A++. I really like the dress, but the hips bother me for some reason. It could be the angle, because I understand what you do mean. It kind of throws off the flow. And it looks like she's got a saddle underneath there, and it's on the wrong way. So I do completely understand what you mean with that. I was choosing to ignore that part in hopes that the dress flowed down more instead of popping out like that. I hear you. So for her bag that her kids helped make, far as incorporating the drawings and stuff, the bespoke bag was crafted with over 10,000 crystals and designed with 4 sides to showcase each child's artwork, serving as a sentimental accessory to her archival Versace gown. I've seen it from different angles and pops out. Oh, thank you for sparing me the time. That was the next thing I was going to do. I was definitely going to look to see if the hips did less. So I'm going to images. There they are. I'm looking. I'm going to brighten up my screen. I can ask, why were her hips so hippie in the dress? Even though those weren't her hips, but I'm going to look to see. Show more. Why were her hips so hippie in the dress? There's some hippie hips. Maybe she's a hippie. Yuck, 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 yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Dun, dun. The exaggerated hippie silhouette of Blake Lively's 2026 Met Gala dress was a deliberate architectural choice to inspire Baroque churches. Baroque churches. This is why her hips are so hippie. How did she sit down in her dress? So here's your answer to go back to your point, which I like. I like everybody's opinions, because this is what art is about. It's open to interpretation, and I'm really enjoying your feedback. Lee said, I really want to like the dress, but The hips bother me for some reason. I've seen it from different angles and pops out from like all four corners. And here's the reason why. The exaggerated hippie silhouette of Blake Lively's 2026 Met Gala dress was a deliberate architectural choice inspired by Baroque churches. According to Vogue, the gown featured four three-dimensional structures at the hips designed to act as bays. These sculptural elements were meant to evoke the grand curved architecture of historical landmarks, aligning with the evening's fashion is art dress code. Versace designed the gown as a space to inhabit rather than just the garment, using the oversized hip construction to turn her body into a literal canvas for the architectural theme. So he turned fashion into art, literally. I'm still going to give her an A+, because the dress reminds me of not only cotton candy, Superman ice cream. It looks so soft and wavy and girly. She's happy. She's confidently wearing that dress with a smile. Her hair is wavy and it matches the sea of waves from her dress. And what really won me over was her purse, because she has art from her children on all four sides of her purse to match her dress. So here we go. She incorporated her children into the Met Gala. Probably, they could not come with her, but she brought them with her in spirit through her purse. What is the next picture I have? Tate McRae wearing all gold. It's a simple dress. I like the bottom a lot. It's been a while since I've seen anyone, to my opinion, based on the little bit of TV I do get to muster up here and there in the realm of fashion. It's been a while since I've seen ladies wear these type of things at the bottom of the dress. 1980s? Anyone? 1980s? Not sure how this is bringing home the point of what the Met Gala's theme is. Once again, according to Harper's Bazaar, considering that this year Met Gala presentation guest with the dress code of fashion is art, the red carpet does not disappoint. The new exhibit, Costume Art, has a primary focus on the way art interacts with the body, and vice versa. So it's no surprise that many guests opted for sculptural looks built around corsets, with plenty of cutout details and form-fitting gowns on show. Others, meanwhile, interpreted the theme more literally, working with designers to create gowns that reference specific works of art. Hunter Schafer paid homage to Kasafo's Clements painting, Mada's Pomorski. I know I messed that up. For example, and Angela Bassett's pink dress referenced a work by Harlem Renaissance artist Laura Wheeler Warning. So once again, it's obvious she leaned towards the more interacting with the body sculpture look. She looks like a smoke rising from a corncob pipe. That's all right, because you could be right. Let's look it up and see what inspired her golden look. You think it's corn on the cob? Well, we're about to find out together. What inspired her Met Gala 2026 dress? Because it's not really giving art. The only thing that's close to art, I guess, is the thing at the bottom. Tate McRae's 2026 Met Gala look, my cool peeps. Designed by Ludwig de Saint Cyr was inspired by the gilded ornate statues adorning Laurel's The Ceremonial Boat of Lois XIV. The custom gold gown aimed to blur the lines between fashion and sculpture, creating a living gold statue effect to align with the costume art theme. Yes, the dress is nice, but it don't seem like it's the right dress for right now. I can't say that. Now I've heard that the famous people they did two dress changes, like one for the red carpet and the ceremony, and another look for afterwards. So she's on the red carpet per se, but was this her evening look or was this her second look? Because if that's the case, that would make sense. But once again, it doesn't fit. To me, it's not artsy enough. Although she looks nice, it just doesn't fit the tone. More key details of the inspiration for the makings of her dress are as follow. We've got historical reference. The design is directly inspired by the 17th century French maritime history, specifically the gilded sculptures of King Louis XIV flagship Laurel. Designed elements are as follows. The look: a structured gold corset, delicate French lace, and feathered detailing of the neckline. Designed to look like a piece of history brought to a modern red carpet. I get it. Artistic vision. The singer described her desire to look like a sculpture, fitting the evening's theme of costume art notes. Sorry, girl. Oh boy, and here we go. Oh man. I had to cover her up because from the outside looking in, she looks a little too young and I'm not trying to get flagged. So who in the world is that? If I can find her name and look her up from there, I hope y'all saw her. Oh, Odessa Azion. So I gotta cover her up quick, fast, and in a hurry. I need to just type in her name and take it from there. Now I had to figure out how to see her without showing too much. OdessaAzion 2020. All right, we're gonna have to put the Cynthia doll up because I don't even really want to be straining my neck trying to block this woman. I'm looking for the Cynthia doll because we cannot even. It is hideous and it's still interesting though, so we cannot show her. I'm glad you got to see a little bit of it because it's exposing too much. But number one, she looks extremely too young, and so I'm not trying to get flagged, you know what I'm saying? So Odessa Azion's 2026 Met Gala look, designed in collaboration with Alessandro Michele for Valentino, was inspired by pre-war Hollywood glamour. I get it. In 1920s, 1940s cabaret costumes. I get that also. I like it because of the reasons that you said. It's just a shame that I cannot keep it up too long because she looks too young and I'm not trying to get flagged. The ensemble was a direct response to the gala's fashion is art dress code and features several artistic and historical nods. Mood board references. Azion and Michelle drew heavily from vintage film costumes and embroidered body pieces from 1925 to 1940s era. Botanical symbolism. That sounds like some type of shampoo. Y'all have any more of that botanical symbolism in the back? Yeah, girl, can you bring a couple bottles out? Some customers need some for their scalp. Okay, girl. So for botanical symbolism, the look leaned into a living garden concept. I don't know about living garden. It looks more like weeds or bats. It looked like her dress was inspired by bats. Now, if they just said that, I would have fully understood it, you know? But the look led to a living garden concept featuring sparkling pink and blue floral embroidery and custom cut out lily flowers covering her chest. So the things that are covering her chest were not bat wings, but some type of flowers. Where? How? I don't see it. Moving forward. Artist exploration. The design explored the classical body throughout intricate rhinestones, embroidery, and 3D petals, treating the body itself as a canvas for the costume art exhibit theme, where nothing much was covered up. Whimsical details. She accessorized with the 20 rings stacked from Pandora featuring butterflies and hearts. And butterflies, hearts. So I lost my place. Featuring butterflies and hearts, intended to add a subtle whimsy to the high fashion look. Notably, Azion also chose to do her own hair and makeup for the event, citing the desire for personal control over her specific versions of her debut. I did like her hair, and it did look wild, like she didn't really do it, so I do like that part. I just wish that she was covered up a little bit more, because I really cannot show it. How old is she? How? Because she looks really young. She's 26. She was born June 17, 2000. She was born June 17th, year 2000 in Los Angeles, California. She will turn 26 next month in June. So, okay, she's not, a minor. I'm going to pull the picture up one more time really quickly just so you can see what she had on and what we were describing. Where is she? All right. I just had to be careful. So it was almost nice, minus the top part. I wish they did more with that. Then it would have put it, cover them up a little bit more. It would have been nice if it was just a regular bra, with that on there. And it actually would have been nice. So, dang it, girl. You missed the mark. Oh, you just missed it because of that. You just missed it. Bummer. Let's see who is next. No, I don't want to show them. We've got Beyonce and her daughter, and I don't want to talk about them right now. I'll save them for a separate thing. I like what I've shown so far on here. I'm going to put Cynthia Doll back on. Well, you know what? So where's Cynthia Doll? Cynthia, she's a really cool dancer. Cynthia, moving to the groove now. So I went over probably 195,000 fashions today, and it took me about 2 hours to do as such. I'm very happy I was able to get on here on Freestyle Thursdays with my cool peeps, with my snacks and my honey water, to talk about fashions. I will be making more well, should I say, I'm going to make YouTube shorts about the Met Gala. So for like the Beyoncé's and stuff, that's where I'll take those over there and probably even talk more about the last outfit that looks like she's wearing bats, but it's not bats. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with me on Freestyle Thursday. Let's push this to have the Cynthia doll from Rugrats be one of the chairmen for the Met Gala 2027. Thank you so much for coming in and for your comment yesterday, Lee. I'm glad we were able to get through all of your fashions first. My name is LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Good morning, good evening, good day, good night to all of you, you and you. Thank you so much for pressing the thumbs up. I had a great time hanging out talking about fashion. This was great. Thanks. Speaking of looks, I like how the butterflies complement your curlers. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then I have unicorn ears right here too, but because the Cynthia background kind of drowns it out. It's fashion, it's costume, it's YouTube. Dress up in costume. Thank you so much. Until next time, my cool piece, I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.